If you're a fan of those World War II movies, as I am, like 12 O'Clock High or Memphis Belle, you get a taste of history. This B-17 was used filming the Memphis Belle. It's not the actual Memphis Belle, but it was painted to look that way so that they could do the film. So when you step on the plane, you just think about, wow, this is where people lived and died, and where they served their country, and where they faced their greatest fears and had their greatest moments. And you look at what a stark environment it was and what a demanding environment it was physically for them. And you think, I don't know how these guys did this.
I wouldn't do it again for $1 billion. But Albert and I both are fortunate. We've all got back, and I'm the last man standing on my crew. They're all gone. None of them were killed, and them all died since the war. And now I'm the last man up.
Well, my most memorable is of my last mission. That was my 25th mission, and we were at about 25,000 feet, and an engine quit. And then we flew a little bit farther, going into Germany, and then the second engine on the same side quit. When the pilot says bail out, I refuse to bail out. I said, I'm on the 25th mission, and I don't want to spend the rest of the war eating sauerkraut and wieners. I wouldn't have eaten nearly so well, but at least that's what I said.
When you're in the bombardier's chair, which is below the cockpit on the very front of the plane, and it's plastic and clear, and that's where the bombardier sat to try to very precisely release the bombs on the target. But when you're sitting there, it's as if you're suspended in air below the airplane. You can see the whole world in front of you through the plexiglass, and it's an amazing sight. It's even more amazing when you imagine facing anti-aircraft fire and being attacked by fighter planes, and the fact that these bombardiers had to maintain their wits and were responsible for making sure the bombs were released at precisely the right moment. So it was an entirely different kind of warfare, an entirely different kind of psychology.
We're actually Georgia-based, and we're Douglas, Georgia-based, and we were responsible for the restoration of the B-17 Liberty Belle, and we operate the Memphis Belle. We take it all over the country, so even though Georgia's our home, this is only going to be in Atlanta for 2 days, and then we start working out on our national tour. But we have the airplane here for people to go take flights in it. We put 9 passengers on and fly for about 25 minutes, and then once we're done, we open it for ground tours. And we survive strictly off of people making donations and the flights, which are quite expensive. It's $450 per person, but all the money goes to the airplanes. We're a nonprofit, and all we want to do is keep this airplane flying and keep it from going in a museum.
That's why these guys from the Liberty Foundation fly this plane. They want to make sure that people don't forget about what those young airmen did in World War II.